just drug this out of the pallet racking. This is a 1975 Z1. Had the bike for a long time. It's a matching numbers bike. We've got the original tag on the top here. Frame looks really good. Looks like it had a crash bar here at one time, so we're going to try to fix that up. And no broken fins. Nice genuine serial number. Looks like someone painted the whole bike. So we're gonna fix this bike up and try to restore it the best we possibly can. We're gonna put original paint on it. We're gonna put original style pipes on it. Doesn't look like a bike's ever been in an accident. Looks pretty good. Good frame. Still got the seat lock. No broken fins on this side either. Genuine sprocket cover. I took this bike in on trade on a 76 KZ900 about probably 10 years ago or so, and we kind of left it set. But we'll keep you posted how we do. One of the nice things about the bike is the frame is perfect right here where this pin goes. It's all nice. Hasn't been all bent up. Original triple clamp. So we'll keep you posted and we'll tell you how we're doing. Thanks. Okay, I'm Johnny from Johnny's Motorcycle, and we want to keep you posted on this 1975 Z1 that we're restoring. Back in the day, I bought this bike. I took it on trade, and we used to part these bikes out or something because they had no value, but now things are changing. So someone had painted the engine cases black. Normally they're bare finish. So the cases were really nice on this motorcycle. The only issue that this one had was we had a broken bolt here where the starter motor goes. And as you can see, our mechanic welded a nut onto this stud that was in the case and pulled it out. Well, this is actually a broken bolt with a nut welded to it, as you can see here. We're going to have a thing called aqua blasting or media blasting. I'm not sure exactly how you want to refer to it. We have a company in Akron called Ace Powder Coating. A guy named Ed Vanneman owns the company. He's a true motorcycle enthusiast. And he has a fleet of motorcycles that he has that are restored, and he's truly dedicated to the restoration of motorcycles, so he bought all this fancy equipment. What's nice about this media blasting or vapor blasting is I'm not a fan of bead blasting because it takes so much out of the material. So I just got off the phone with his manager Kenny, and he told me we don't even have to remove the gaskets for them if we don't want to. They can handle it all. The cylinder head was very nice. There's no broken fins. The exhaust studs were very nice shape. They're still original. And we can tell it's a Z1 head because it has the small studs that take the 6mm thread. Very nice shape. The only issue we had with the head was in the back where the intake manifolds go. This was busted out. So my mechanic welded this back up, ground it in, so no one will ever know that happened once the motor's back on. That'll be very nice. The cylinder is a 74, 75 cylinder, possibly 76, but it's the original cylinder for the bike. We took a running motor apart, so what we did. So in 74 they came out with this O-ring with a two-piece gasket. 73 was one flat gasket. So this is a very nice cylinder. No broken fins. We started to take a little bit of paint off, but it's genuine because it says 903 here. So it's a stock cylinder. And here's the bottom engine case. Bottom engine case was nice. Absolutely no issues whatsoever. All we have to do is remove the paint. So we're going to run this over to Ed's shop, Ace Powder Coating over in Green, near Akron, Ohio. And they're going to do it for us, and we'll keep you posted on this process. Alright, okay, good morning. We're getting ready to go over to Ace Powder Coating over in Akron. Our friend Ed Vanneman has a powder coating company over there. We're going to get this 75 Z1 frame powder coated, as we showed you our progress on it so far. So what we're going to do is we have to make sure that we keep this swing arm with it. And the Kawasaki 900 swing arms were date coated right here. You always want to keep that with the frame if at all possible. Then this is the frame. This frame was really nice to start out with. But as I said before, we had some issues where we had a crash bar in the front of it. So we smoothed this out. It's pretty nicely folded in with some braze. So I think this is going to do the trick. Then we're going to replace there's on the internet, there's a man named Rick Brett that reproduces these decals here. So since it's going to be powder coated, this is all going to be blasted off. So we have a replacement decal coming for this. But I think we got a good thing going here. So we're going to stop over here at Ed's and see what's happening. Okay, we're here at Ed's, Ace Powder Coating Company. He also owns Collision Service, a body shop. We've been doing business with Ed for over a decade now. Ed's a total asset to our shop, to the vintage motorcycle business, and we're going to show you some stuff that he does. We're here to pick up our engine cases for the 75 Z1 that he's doing for us, as well as we're going to drop off the frame. He's going to powder coat it for us and kind of make it look good. Hopefully he'll be able to cover up all the welds and stuff that we've done. And we'll take you inside, and you're probably going to see some pretty cool stuff that he has on display. Pretty cool body shop.
When you restore these, the hardest thing is to get this sheen back. Because if you glass beat them, you end up etching them. And when they're etched, they're not the same finish as when they were cast originally. So this actually peens the surface where a glass bead etches it. So when you look at this, it's all stress relieved from the peening. And then the finish also, it doesn't leave the fingerprints. Like there's a head over there that's been picked up by everybody for 6 months and it doesn't mark it because it's not porous like it is when you glass bead it.
For us to do these at our shop, it's a huge mess. We would have to bead blast the cases, wash them out, and it takes longer to clean up all the threads and make sure there's no sand in the threads. So it's just like a total no-brainer to do this. I'm sure some of the guys out there restoring bikes are still doing the bead blasting, but all in all, for dollar, it's hard to beat what's happening here. Plus, like as Ed said, it doesn't leave fingerprints all over and everything because there's still something left of the material.
Not only that, but when you do the glass beading actually is dust inside the pores. So it etches it and the dust is there. So it isn't until actually when the motor's warmed up that the dust gets released into the oil, which isn't good at all. With this, there's no dust. I was talking to the guys who build all the Porsche motors, the air-cooled motors, and the only way when they use glass bead that they can get it out is they had the ultrasonic it for like an hour at 180 degrees, and then they would steam clean it, just trying to get all the dust out so it wouldn't travel through the race motors. But the vapor blasting, you don't have any of that.
Now while we're here, I got a frame thread to do. Remember, when you're hauling a frame, lay it down on its side, because I guarantee if you don't, it's going to
fall over anyhow.
Yeah, it'll get there eventually. So here's the Z1 frame. Pretty good shape. We've done a few repairs to it, made it look good. So we want to powder coat this in gloss.
Okay. Now, the sticker here has to go away. Can you get these remade, or what do you do with the stickers?
Yeah, there's Rick Brett from United Kingdom. He reproduces these. Okay. So we ordered a replacement sticker for it. I believe he sells them on eBay or what have you.
Now, with this here, the way the VIN is, what we have to do with the VINs is we'll go ahead and we'll sandblast the frame down, we'll powder coat it, but we'll tape the VIN number off. So we tape the VIN off, and then when he's all finished with powder coating, he'll just dust a little bit of powder over that. So you're gonna have a real thin powder here, but then you'll still be able to see the VIN. Because a lot of times when I used to use, before I got into business myself, you take a frame though guy and you say, don't lose the VIN number. And they lose the VIN number because the powder's so thick. And then when you go to sell it, you got only, the guy's taking your word that it's a matching number, that it's the right VIN number.
Right.
So that's real important on doing these, is the powder's real thin on the VIN number.
That's why you take stuff from professionals that care.
Well, when you do motorcycles, you run into that's how I got into this. I used to go to a place down the street, and I took him a BMW frame. The guy told me to be ready in 3 weeks. Well, 6 months later, I'm calling the guy. The guy says, come and get it. I don't have time for this stuff, really. I mean, this is just too small projects for me. And I said, okay. And then I started my own business to get it done. And because when you're on a roll on these projects, you can't wait 6 months. You can't wait. You lose interest, or you forget how it goes back together. So it has to be, you got to turn the stuff around quick. We try and turn everything around in a week. I mean, sometimes people don't want it. We'll tell them, they can wait a couple weeks and reprioritize. But, we try and get everything back. And unfortunately, my stuff I get back in a day or two. But that's the sweet spot to it. It's getting it right back.
It's definitely good for us. And we have the matching swing arm for the bike. Really, 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 really good shape. Very nice. No damage, no chain damage. Nice piece. And like we were showing earlier, you want to keep the stock swing arm with it, as it's got a date code right here that's stamped. So definitely want to keep that together, and I'm going to talk to Ed about when I leave that visible now that I know we have that option with the serial numbers.
On the colors of these, there's different glosses of black. So they make like a wet black. They claim they made for the OCC guys. It's just absolute flow. It looks like it's wet paint. Well, that's too wet because these were never that black. So we have a color we actually call Johnny Black, because we do much for, and it matches the black. So it's not a wet black, but it's still a gloss black. And that's what we do on the frames for 90% of the people we do. And all my stuff and the British stuff and everything. Because the British bikes were just dipped in a stove enamel, which basically powder's the same thing. You can dip in powder and pull it out and bake it in a stove. So powder's very similar to the stove enamel that was used originally at the factories. So
as you can see, we've got the frame back from the powder coater at Ed's at Ace Powder Coating. Frame looks nice. We had the crash bar here, and we straightened this out. We raised it back, and now the powder coating makes it look really nice. Before, we had the little marks here from the crash bar that went across. Go into here, and you can see our foot peg studs are replated. Here's our nuts and stuff. Good. These are kits that we also make for the footrest. They call them the footrest cap nuts. They have the washers here that are caved in. Nice little setup. Then you can see we have the powder coated upper and lower triple clamps. These are the bolts that we make for the handlebar. If you look behind here, this is also the stem nut and bolt that we make right here with the washer, the bolt, and we make this bolt here also. We're running Timken style bearings in the frame, and then the nut here and the shield, this is all replated. We sell these handlebars here. These are Z1 replica bars. Very, very nice used headlamp brackets. These are our bolts here that we have made also for the lower triple clamp. Very nice fork tubes. And we also have polished lower legs. These were beautiful lower legs when they started out. So there's new seals, new oil, everything. And we run 10 weight fork oil in them is what we do. The bike is coming along very, very nicely here. And if we go over to the workbench over here, we have a cleaned up front brake rotor. And we also have the front wheel. We powder coat the hub. These are reproduction spokes that we sell here. And this is a DID rim that we also sell. Very, very nice stuff. And we're going to put new Dunlop tires on it. And we'll definitely keep you posted and check out our videos to come. Okay, this is our Shop Z1. As you can see, we have the motor in the frame. The chassis starting to get together. And a lot of nice detail work here. This is the aqua vapor blasting that Ed does over at Ace Powder Coating. Looks pretty good. As you can see, we're timing the cams. Got all the cam chain adjusters and everything in it already. We're actually servicing the cam chain adjuster as we speak right now. And all the bolts are nice and detailed and everything. Still has the dots here on the lower motor mount bolts and everything. This is going to be a pretty nice bike. We're just going to show you what it looks like in a process, and we will stay in tune. Here we have the left side of the motorcycle. Got all the nice hardware and stuff. The crankshaft is very, very nice shape. The early ones had the Woodruff key, where the other one, the 1000s, were a little bit different than that. And you got the dot on the bolt here, and got all the nice hardware, nice grease fitting. So we'll definitely keep you posted. And this is looking to be a very nice motorcycle. Wow! Check this out. Got a little more progress on the 75 Z1. And you can see the motors all together. We've got new intake manifolds underneath this tape. All new screws. Nice cleaned up original nuts for the cylinder. Look at the wonderful, wonderful detail. All the spacers, all the correct bolts, polished breather cover, polished dyno cover, no broken fins, replated wire or spark plug cable guides. These are the cam cover bolts that we have made here. Gorgeous. Look at the, and again, look at what Ed's done with this aqua blasting. Absolutely incredible. Gorgeous fork legs polished out. Just the nice, perfect finish. Come over to this side. The work that's been done with the spokes and everything. The polished point cover, the polished oil passageway. Everything's coming together on this. I think this will be a good bike.
So leave this overnight?
Everything that we've done is just fantastic. We have a extra thick cam cover gasket. These are we buy these from K&L in California. If you look at the steering clamp, you see all the detail, the replated everything. The new bearings are in here. These are bolts that we make. We make this bolt, we make that bolt. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Hey, here's a little tray of parts that we dug up for the bike. This is all nice, genuine parts. This is the meter cover. We got these gauge covers that we had powder coated. Wonderful, wonderful speedometer with 4,000 miles. We have already we have the wiring harnesses for the gauges. They're good used ones, and these have been all tested. The wires are good. These are what we're putting inside the meters. We bag these up with the part numbers. We always have these available at our shop. Headlight bucket plug that goes in the top. Another gorgeous meter. Notice the Z1. Z1 always has a white needle with a 9,000 RPM. These originally were like a bright orange. It's faded. Very nice part. A few extra stuff for spares. Here we have a wiring harness. This will be for the meters that go across the dash. We have a new DID chain, brand new wiring harness from Japan. We have the correct backing plate. We ordered a decal for it. This is where backing plate 74 and 75 had a usable range decal right here. And it had a pointer coming off the brake cam. So we have that. And we have, this is a powder coated headlamp bucket. And this is also done by Ace Powder Coating. And for what he charged us to do this stuff, if as long as it's nice and clean, we can't even attempt to paint it. So if we take one step backwards here, the grommet here goes inside right here. See how we have the hole right here? This is the top of the bucket. Super nice, genuine part. You can always tell because it says Stanley on the bottom right here. And this is the plug that goes in the top like so. Nice stuff. Really nice stuff. And here's the headlamp stay that goes on the bottom of the fork for the headlight bucket. And we're going to put together a nice headlamp assembly for it. And we just have a few more parts in here. We have a headlamp plug, the genuine stuff. We have a completely rebuilt seat catch. This is where the stud goes in. We have these powder coated hooks, helmet hooks that we call them. Nicely replated air cleaner stay for the air box. You have the terminal block here. It's all replated. Very nice parts. We'll definitely keep you posted here. And this is all either powder coated or re-zinced. This is part of the latch for the seat. So what we've done recently here is we have the seat lock. This is where the stud goes in. This is all nicely redone. We have a genuine Z1 starter. The Z1 starter, the cable is part of the starter, where the other later models had a stud that the cable went onto. So this is like 73 to 75 only Z1 starter. Got the clutch cable on. We've got a nice little clamp here that we've had zinced. And we're assembling the gauges now. Gauges aren't completely done yet, but we're getting ready to put those on. Very nice, nice bracket, nice wiring, a genuine key switch with the fob. And here's our meters. 74, 75 Z1 took a stop lamp in the tachometer. 4,000 mile meter. Of course, these aren't the original miles on the motorcycle since we've refurbished everything. As I said earlier, we originally started parting this bike out about 10 or 12 years ago, but you don't do that anymore to a Z1. So here we have the rear wheel. We've got the backing plate, the polished backing plate. All this is replated. We make these shock bolts on the bottom here, and you'll see there's a bar here. This is a wear indicator. I have ordered the sticker that goes in here that tells you how much adjustment you have left on the brake shoes themselves, and it has, of course, brand new brake shoes inside. And then we have, we come over to here, we have the new sticker here that we had remade. There's a guy in the United Kingdom that makes all this stuff, as well as he makes the indicator sticker for the back. So here you have it, and we'll keep you posted. Okay, now we have it, the 1975 Z1 after completion. Very, 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 very nice motorcycle. As you can see, it's all come together quite nicely. We've actually have some later model things that we did to it for safety reasons. We have a Pingo petcock on it. Nice American-made petcock. We also, along with the sealed battery. This is normally where the vent tube goes. This is a sealed battery, so we don't really have to worry about battery acid anywhere. Very, very nice detail. We still have a little bit more to do to it. We're gonna put some final touches on it, but the bike is basically done. It runs absolutely perfect. Everything works. The nice paint from Japan. Again, most of the Johnny's hardware that we make is on the motorcycle, such as the steering stem bolt, the handlebar bolts. It still has the original key fob, new from the factory. Goes in there. Got the new tires, new spokes, and we are going to be offering this motorcycle on eBay here. This would be a very nice bike for someone for their collection or a nice everyday rider. The best parts that we had. We also put, if you look closely here, we've updated the electrical system. Normally it has a regulator rectifier on it, and behind here we have the solid state unit. And also for safety reasons, we have a later model style fuse in it. We eliminated a little round bus style fuse, so we have a later model fuse, and everything is pretty much top notch. I wouldn't be afraid to get on it and ride it anywhere. So good luck bidding. We hope that this goes to a good home. And thanks a lot for enjoying our videos.